Now, this is a trip out I had about a month ago before I was off the road, and it's to Bennerley Viaduct, Ilkeston. Now, the viaduct was constructed to carry the Great Northern Railway Company's Derbyshire and Staffordshire extension across the Erewash Valley. But before we attempted the viaduct, we had to walk down the Nottingham Canal. Originally, it comprised a 14.7 mile long stretch of the canal between the River Trent, just near Trent Bridge in Nottingham, and Langley Mill in Derbyshire, and construction was completed in 1796. And the majority of the canal was abandoned in 1937. But in 1977, Broxtowe Borough Council bought a 6 mile stretch running from Eastwood through to Ainsworth, Cossall and Trowell to the outer edge of Nottingham at Bramcote. The 10th Duke of St Albans was a powerful politician and an influential figure in securing parliamentary approval permitting the Great Northern Railway Company to build the Derbyshire-Staffordshire extension in 1872. And the line went from Nottingham to Derby, then on to Staffordshire, with branch lines running north into Erewash coalfields. And the biggest obstacle was crossing the Erewash Valley between Awsworth and Ilkeston, and it was honeycombed with mine workings. So this iconic Bennerley Viaduct was constructed over 18 months in 1877. Now, whilst you could say the brilliance of engineers that designed the viaduct, it was the railway navvies who took on the hard graft of building the structure. And they were equipped with only the basic equipment, and they achieved amazing feats of engineering. The work was dangerous and over 500 navvies were killed annually in the construction of Britain's railway networks. So you could say that the preservation of Bennerley Viaduct is a tribute to the graft and bravery of the railway navvies. And I read that there's over 500,000 rivets were used in the construction of the viaduct. So when planning the construction, the engineers decided that the ground could not support a traditional brick viaduct. So to reduce loading on the foundations, the engineers designed a structure which was both light and flexible. So from the base up, the viaduct sits on brick piers, and as the viaduct is on a gradient, all the pier bases are at different heights. And resting on each of these brick pier bases are 4 large cast iron base plates, which are called floats. These plates are not fixed into the base in any shape or form. They simply rest on the pier bases and held there by gravity. There are 19 spans in total, and the viaduct is 1,452 feet long, and it's some 60 feet above the Erewash River. And is said to be the longest wrought iron viaduct in the British Isles. I found some interesting history about it. On Monday 31st January 1916, the viaduct experienced a Zeppelin bombing after the airship got lost and came close to the viaduct by chance. And it dropped 7 highly explosive bombs, one of which fell just to the south of the viaduct, and shrapnel marks can still be seen on the viaduct somewhere. I think the railway line below was damaged, along with a signal box and a cattle shed. And as a result of the raids in the Ilkeston area, 2 men and a cow were killed, so we got off fairly light, I suppose. Now, after its closure in 1968, British Rail wanted to demolish the structure as its ongoing maintenance had become a bit of a liability. And due to its wrought iron construction, it could not be cut up using conventional metal cutting equipment, and wrought iron had got little scrap price at the time. So the immense high cost of demolition gave the viaduct some respite from demolition, and Broxtowe and Erewash Borough Councils both refused to give permission for demolition in 1975, and in 1980 it went to a public inquiry. I think that was where a proposal to repurpose the viaduct as a walking and cycling trail was put forward by the community. But the viaduct managed to survive. I definitely recommend a visit. Gorgeous on top of there. The only one criticism is you can't get a cup of tea.